What's this spot? Why is this like, look at this red spot.
Yeah. What happened? Did you get attacked in your sleep by a demon?
To be honest, like, you guys don't want to know about it anyways. It's like pretty personal.
I'd love to know about
Like I said, it's pretty personal.
I'm interested to know. No.
That was me saying like that I'm acting like
account.
I'm trying to spare you guys some information, but like really it's personal for me and like I don't want to talk about it. So like, can you stop pressuring me to talk about like my personal demon that I keep in my house chained to my bed in the public podcast?
Okay.
What's their number?
I respect your boundaries.
Thank you, Kat.
But like,
But if you wanted to talk about it, you could.
I just would love, like,
I just want to make sure that you know that if you wanted to tell us,
I'm aware.
Details,
I'm aware.
like, we're here to listen.
Yeah, no, I'm aware. That's been made explicitly clear. Thank you.
I mean, you don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, Juniper.
Kat, you were the only one.
However, if you did want to tell us, roughly scale of 1 to 10, how sexy is the demon?
Well, Kat, he's chained to my bed 24/7. So, like, I think we all know, obviously, it's a 10. Like, why do you even have to ask?
No, I wasn't asking. I was just saying if you wanted to tell us, you could. And I
just feel like asking
and
anything.
Let me just be clear.
Make sure you feel really comfortable.
Let me just be clear. He is chained to the bed for his safety, not mine. Let me just be clear.
What is he being kept safe from?
Well, I don't know.
You're right. I'm sorry. You don't need to tell us if you don't want to.
I'm just saying, like, first you won't give me Poison Control Girl's number. Now you're not telling me any contact information for this demon, and I'm just feeling really like, if
I don't know,
cared
Errol,
about
maybe there's like a pattern there that you should identify. I don't know.
You know I'm incapable of identifying patterns, and I'm very sensitive about it.
Well, isn't that just a shame?
Are we going to address in this intro, like, the reason that we're talking about this, which is Juniper's, like, weird phantom claw marks that they have on this
I assumed that was...
Yeah, we can see through, like, we're recording this remotely, we can see that Juniper has, like, bright red claw marks all over them. Like, what the fuck, Juniper?
What do you mean?
Like, wow. It's literally hand-shaped, but it's shaped like a tiny goblin hand.
Yeah, did I not mention my demon is like 2 feet tall?
2 feet tall and 10 out of 10 sexy.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 sexy. 2 feet tall.
2 out of 2 feet.
2 out of 2 feet. His hands are actually webbed, but only the 3 fingers in the back.
So his index and thumb are not webbed. Just a little
really
ring.
And that's, you can see that. You can see that in the mark. Do you see how it's like, here's the thumb, and then here's the index finger, and then these are webbed, and his index finger is like longer.
This is just so interesting.
E.T.
Because I thought you didn't want to talk about it.
In fact,
Wait,
now that I'm thinking about it, the resemblance that he has to E.T. is pretty high.
Oh, well, no wonder he's a 10.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just saying.
That's leaning back in her chair.
Listen, I'm just saying, I'm tired of hearing about phone home. When's someone gonna phone Errol?
Well, Errol, maybe when you become a home for someone.
That's
Wow.
Whoa.
I really gotta go home and think about that one. I was recording this in the street, but now I'm like,
Yeah, I was gonna ask about like all of the randos.
I just thought it'd be cool to do like an in media res kind of intro where like I'm on the beat, and I'm like just kind of in the sidewalk, and there's families walking by, and they're like, "Please stop talking about your demon bedroom stuff." And I'm
that
like,
was
no.
one of them. They're sneezing behind you. Why do they keep sneezing all around you? Are they?
Well, they can cut out the sneeze. It's fine.
No, it's because they know I'm talking about them. Because that's what happens. Watch an anime.
Right.
Read a book.
That's true.
Sorry.
That's very true. That's why I am so constantly sneezy. It has nothing to do with the fact that I own a cat and have mild cat allergies. Mm-hmm. It has everything to do with the fact that people are thinking about me all the time.
Bitches won't stop talking about cat.
That's true. That's true. Even my demon once, like, always just is constantly bringing you up, Kat.
That's why I was just sneezing, is because I know that the demon is thinking about me right now.
He's over there right now being like, is that Kate?
Whoa,
That's what he
man,
sounds
mama,
He's got a really, really
hot dog,
Yeah, what a demonic voice.
bazinga,
He's got a really sexual voice.
awooga.
He sounds like a crusty Johnny
Chugga,
Bravo,
chugga,
and I love
Yeah,
it.
so that's what he's like.
That's a spicy meatball.
He's really hot. He's hot stuff. I tell you
Well,
what.
speaking of
I'm
hot
now imagining-
stuff,
Sorry, I'm really genuinely just imagining the demon now as tiny Johnny Bravo.
I'm imagining the demon from, you know, that painting of the woman, the painting of the woman where there's a guy, and well, he's like a weird little goblin guy sitting on the lady's chest and she can't sleep because there's a demon on her chest. Do you guys know what I'm talking
I
about?
think so.
I do know the painting.
It's called The Nightmare.
I've been imagining the demon as that little guy from Star Wars where he's like,
Like, wait, you mean like Jabba's little guy?
yeah, Jabba's little guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say he's
Cool.
a cross. He's a cross between that and E.T.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Not tiny Johnny Bravo. I think I was the furthest off.
You were the furthest off, but I
I mean, he's
understand
got
you were
that
just saying
energy. He's got that
He
energy.
does have the energy. He's
Yeah.
like, if you took E.T. and the little guy from Jabba's like hut, and then you gave it the personality of Johnny Bravo. That's what my demon is like.
Sorry.
Jabba's hut. That's where he
Jabba's
lives.
hut.
That's why.
Jabba the Hutt's hut.
Yeah, that's where he's
The hut
housed.
where Jabba the Hutt
Don't
lives.
make
Yeah, everyone knows that. Okay, you guys, like, you're
it's
really
a hut.
showing how ignorant you are about Star Wars lore right now, Kat, that you don't even know where Jabba lives.
I know, Jabba the Hutt's hut. He comes from the planet of Hut where they all live on huts. And
You
that's why they're
don't
called
need to
huts.
call it Jabba
Yeah.
the Hutt's hut. You can just call it Jabba's hut.
Jabba's hut.
Mm-hmm. That's why they call me Noelle, the studio apartment.
Yeah. Jabba's hut would be a really good coffee shop name.
Speaking of a coffee shop, let's play some D&D. Hi, my name is Kat, and I live in a hut.
Hi, my name is Noelle, and I'm genuinely worried about the red mark on Juniper's body. And I hope they're okay.
Hi, my name is Juniper. I'm once again highlighting the red mark on my body for everyone on the camera screens to see. I'm safe. I'm at my house. And
It looks like you were strangled by a monkey.
I'm not. Well, what have I always been telling you, Noelle? Hey, what have I always fucking said about monkeys?
You're right.
You're so right. You're so
Yeah.
right.
So I'm okay.
Also,
I
I play
know.
Fran.
I play Corbin.
Hi, I'm Errol, and I would be worried about the mark on Juniper's chest, but at this point, I'm really just getting used to, this is kind of, I'd be more worried if there wasn't anything.
God,
You know?
you're so right. You're
Yeah.
so right, Errol. All right. Okay, let's get started.
And I play Slake.
Okay, let's get started. All right. So last time you killed Torva, every time I say it, it's just
crazy.
yeah.
it doesn't make any sense.
But you killed Torva. Before you killed Torva killed Cecilia.
That was pretty fucked up.
Yeah, that was fucked up. Serotinus managed to take back control of the Dwarven domain, which is like, we'll debate if that's a good thing. In Torva's last dying breaths, he called Mary over to him to finish it, and she absorbed his power, father to daughter. And now Mary has a glowing heart that shows through her skin and clothing. It's cool.
We all have that sometimes.
We all have that sometimes. It's fine.
It's
not
a normal thing that's not going to make her weird.
It's normal. Oh, and also Fran had to make her choice of which Phelan to sacrifice to which Phelan. And she sacrificed bad Phelan to good Phelan, and then both Phelans disappeared into the void.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Nothing bad will happen there.
I'm confident that the campaign will end now, and only good things will happen for the
Yeah.
rest of the time.
Yeah. Right. We don't have anything
I
else.
felt confident in the same thing.
Yeah. We don't have anything else to
There's
do,
nothing
right?
else that's unresolved.
Yeah, nothing else unresolved.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. A ragged cheer goes up from the battle that has been raging below you. You look down to see the undead that Torva was controlling have collapsed now that he's gone. He's finally gone. Mary stares down at the corpse of her father, unable to turn away as the body of the god cools at her feet. She looks up at you, Corbin, and signs. I keep thinking something's going to happen. Like he'll burst into flames or something.
We can set him on fire if it'll make you feel better, Mary.
Fran is like desperately climbing up platforms, being like, huh, huh, ha. And she's like, yeah, let's do it.
Slake is coming up too.
Mary signs, I mean, I suppose we could. I didn't really think about. And she looks at all of you. I didn't think about disposing of the body.
Oh.
Maybe we just.
Fran runs up and kicks Torva's body.
Oh, me too. Corbin also kicks it.
I go over to Mary because I just want to check how she's doing.
Mary's a little bit shaken and she keeps staring at the corpse, which it does not burst into flame or wither into dust.
Fran is meanwhile making very dramatic middle fingers up at the body and going, yeah, that's what you get.
And as you're doing that, Fran, and you're looking at this body, you realize that now that Torva's gone, it looks a lot more like the old dwarven king.
Oh, that's not satisfying.
Yeah.
Damn.
She steps back.
Corbin checks the teeth. Are they still obsidian?
They are still obsidian.
Okay.
Yeah.
He wants to pull one out.
Mary, what happened at the end there? Your heart, are you okay?
And Mary looks down and touches her chest where golden light spills forth. And she signs, I feel good. I mean, bad, but he gave me his power. It's all inside me now, all of his magic and his everything. She sort of gives herself a shake and then she looks around and she breaks away from you, like to stagger over to Cecilia's corpse. And she kneels down next to it and places her hands on the woman's frail form. Golden tears drip onto her ex-attendant's cooling skin, and Mary takes a deep breath, then exhales and gulps down another gasp of air. She looks up at you all and signs, stand back. I'm going to try a miracle.
Oh, shit.
Whoa.
Okay.
The golden tears pool in the place of Cecilia's injury and form a metallic sheen over the gore. Then Mary places her hands on Cecilia's body and begins to glow bright and brilliant. Just at the moment it becomes too bright to endure, the light collapses inward, and Mary puts an arm around Cecilia's thin shoulders, helping her up into a sitting position. My goddess.
Oh, shit.
Oh, my Mary.
Cecilia looks at Mary, who is more radiant than ever, though her smile is wobbly and unsure as she looks down at the woman who raised her. Cecilia closes her eyes and sobs, I am unworthy. Mary lets go of her very carefully, making sure she can still sit up on her own before she signs. You don't have to be worthy to live.
And you did get your head exploded, so I feel like that, things pretty much even out.
Yeah, Slake's right. I think we're even. Once that's done, Mary goes to the edge of the platform where you all are standing and begins to very slowly lower it and all of the falling rubble to the ground, taking the three of you and Cecilia down with it. Your troops made quick work of the Titacairn soldiers once they didn't have the zombies backing them up, and the last few are being rounded up as prisoners. Already, the mages from Avalis are questioning them, trying to find out what they did to the dwarves and how they can reverse it. Sally makes her way over to you, picking through the rubble that has touched down on the ground to get to where you are. Is he dead for good or dead for now?
For good.
Has he died before?
Yeah,
well,
like tons of times.
yeah.
Yeah, we killed him for real.
Sally spits some blood out of her mouth and onto the floor. She nods once, then again. And then she takes a deep breath like she is about to do something incredibly unpleasant. And she steps forward and grabs you all into a group hug.
Oh my god!
She immediately disengages from the second you start to react.
No, she can't. We are holding on to her. We are holding on to her body and her clothes, and she cannot move away from us.
Oh, Salny, we've been bonded for life by this traumatic experience.
No, let go. Let go.
Emotionally, mentally, and physically.
I love you, Salny.
No,
Salny, we
okay,
love
that's
you.
enough. Okay, that's the only hug you get. It's only because you killed Torva, and we're never doing this again.
Well, that's what you think.
No, just let go, please.
It'll happen. We'll make a schedule.
And
We'll bring him back to life and kill him again
Yeah,
for the high
we
that
will.
this was.
Yeah, we will.
And Sally she's like desperately extricating herself from your grasp.
We're a family now.
Yeah,
It's like you're married
to us.
to us. Salny's our child.
I'm not going to engage in this argument.
It's not an argument, it's an agreement.
Yeah.
And she says, look, you saved our city, our people, and hell, you saved our whole damn civilization, and we won't forget that.
Well, don't thank us too soon. There's more still to do.
There's more. He's dead. I thought you said he's dead for good dead.
Yeah, but did you notice anything that you didn't like about allies who are helping you
What?
being invited into the deep of the caverns?
I mean, there's a lot of things that I didn't like about what was happening.
I
Fran.
didn't like when people died.
I didn't like when Torva looked at me.
Oh, okay.
I mean, do you mean certainness?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be a problem. Can we kill him too?
I think let's put a hold on that, because
I'm really tired.
Do you think he's not just gonna go back from whence he came?
I mean, he wanted this spot, but
you think he's going to go back from whence he came?
I don't know.
It's not
Tabling that-
grammatically correct anyway.
I'm really tired.
Sally nods and says, we'll find you a spot. As she's saying that, Sam emerges from the crowd, bloody and panting and dragging a small figure behind her.
Nightblade!
Who's the small figure?
She looks at you kind of confused for a second when you say that, and then she goes, oh, that's a stupid name, right? I found this little worm trying to wriggle away, and she pulls in front of her V, who is struggling against her grip to no avail.
Mm.
While the child cannot be harmed, they apparently can be restrained.
Fran wags her finger and she says, no! Very bad!
Bad child.
Don't treat me like a little kid.
Well, don't act like one.
And Sam says, I caught them trying to slip out. What should we do with them? I'm sure the parent doesn't know they're here. Of course they don't. V spits and seems about to say more, but Sam rolls her eyes and puts her hand over their mouth. V writhes in their grasp, and Sam's face screws up in disgust. Ugh, they licked me.
I look at Corbin.
What? Why would you look at me after that, Slake?
No reason.
Fran kind of frowns at the little kid who tried to kill my friend and is like,
Thousands of years old.
yeah, the little thousands of years old kid,
Mm-hmm.
and is like, I think we need to tell your parent about this. I'm gonna call your mom.
V rolls their eyes. They roll their eyes so hard that perhaps the heavens can hear.
Fran looks around and is like, where's the temple? Did Torva take out all the temples? Where's the fucking temple?
Selny looks at you and goes, we don't have temples down here.
Oh,
That's
right. Do we, at least some anti-magic chain would probably be helpful in the short term.
You hear someone behind you whistle, and you see Safia Dawnguard of the Kukui warriors approaching. And one of her warriors comes up holding a piece of cold iron chain, and she tosses it to you, Slake.
Thank you.
Oh, Fran flinches and shrinks away.
Mm-hmm.
We're just gonna need to make sure that V doesn't, do any murders or anything while we figure out how to get their parent over here. And I guess I, go and, stupidly tie V up with this cold iron chain.
Yeah, just wrap them up like a little sausage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And they just immediately wilt as you wrap this cold iron chain around them, and they just sit down on the ground.
Sorry, kid, but next time, don't join Torva's army.
They glare up at you and they spit at your feet.
No.
While you guys are all talking, Mary has drifted away. She's starting to just heal people up. And Safia's other warriors have emerged from some of the ruined workshops, and they've got a collection of mismatched seating, which they set down near your loose knot of leadership that is forming around you. And Safia gratefully takes one of these seats. She's got like a big gash in her leg, and Mary comes over and touches her on the shoulder and heals her. And Safia says, "Whew, you could bottle that up and sell it in Nakama." And Mary grimaces and signs, "I'd rather never go back to Nakama."
Yeah, I don't know if that's a compliment.
From the other side of the room, someone runs in carrying a message towards Safia, one of her scouts. And she takes it from the man, and he sort of gives a smart salute and waits for her return reply. And she looks down at the message and says, "Well, good news from the surface. They are continuing the fight up there. They've managed to hold Torva's troops from re-entering the city. You've got a solid defensive line. Still not sure what's happening with the boars. Sounds like there's still a bit of commotion up there.
They're still fighting?
Varahara.
We'll need to get a message up to the surface and a formal surrender so that Torva's troops will call off the fight."
Who could surrender for them?
Sam leans on the spear that she has been wielding, and she says, "Well, his second god in command is gone." She sort of stamps the spear as evidence of her work slaying Minotine. "I suppose," she looks down at the child god tied up at your feet, "that's the last ally we know of who's in the area."
We could just cut off his head.
V's or?
No,
Damn,
Torva's.
Flake, holy shit.
What? I don't know. You guys say some stuff sometimes.
No, Torva's head.
Yeah.
That's what he does to gods he conquers.
You think seeing it would be enough to get them to stop?
Yeah, we just throw it into the crowd. And then the body afterwards.
Safia leans back and says, "Well, how many times has Torva been killed?"
Although he looks like the dwarven king right now, so
Oh, that's true.
maybe it wouldn't actually do anything.
Well, and they just think he'll come right back, right? They'll just start working on trying to bring him back.
Yeah, they'd probably take it and start doing weird stuff to the body.
What a way to say that.
That's true, though. It's true,
It's
though.
true, it's
That's
true.
like totally their vibe.
That's their vibe.
Yeah. So how are we going to prove we killed Torva?
Sam kicks at V a little bit and says, "Hey, if we bring you up to the surface, will you tell them to surrender?" And V glares up at her but doesn't answer.
I don't think that child is going to be cooperative.
Well, maybe we could make some sort of deal.
Fran looks over at Mary and says, "Well, there's a new conqueror now, right? Could Mary tell them to surrender?"
Mary wipes some blood off of her hands onto the thighs of her pants. And she looks upwards and then nods. She signs, "Okay, I guess. I guess I hadn't really thought of it like that."
Sorry.
"No, it's..." She touches her glowing heart that you can see through the chest of her clothes. "It's accurate. Will you..." She looks at the three of you. "Come with me?"
Of course.
Yeah.
Mary, what does it feel like? Are you okay?
It's hard to describe. Like I'm a cup that is overflowing. Like I've got more energy that I know what to do with.
Okay.
How does that energy make you feel?
I don't know yet.
You hear any weird voices?
Any weird compulsions?
No.
Do you want to push Corbin down on the ground and put your foot up on him and say ha ha ha? I want to do that a lot of time.
Well, now that you mention it, I mean, maybe that might be fun, but
Mary's changed.
I think Mary would have done that before.
I don't know.
that was a joke. That was a joke.
It's fine. It's fine. You keep us posted if you feel like any, I don't know, uncontrollable bloodlust is welling up inside of you, and we'll figure out what to do with it then.
Well, hopefully, I suppose we'll see. I think there is one thing I can do now. So Mary reaches out her hands towards you guys, her blood-covered hands. She's been grabbing people back from the brink of death like she did with Cecilia. Besk, the god who comes for the dead, he is only one god, and it takes him time, even as strangely as he moves through time, to collect up all the souls of the fallen on a battlefield, and Mary has just been snatching them back from him before he can get to them and bringing people back from the brink of death. She is making sure as many people survive this as possible. She holds out her hands to you guys and gives you all up in a little knot, a little circle. And then she takes a step forward, and when you all step forward with her, there's like a moment of cold and darkness that is crushing and horrible, and then you are suddenly up at the front lines, just inside the gates of Essedel, where your soldiers are holding the line.
Oh, shit.
Fran, you kind of are familiar with the feeling. It feels very similar to when Phelan teleported you disastrously. And Mary also looked a little bit sick when you guys emerged. She signs, okay, I think I need to work on that a little more.
Cool on Mary.
It's all good. We've been through a lot. We're just figuring it out.
Feels like there's worms inside of me and somebody's stirring them around.
I wish you wouldn't say that.
It's too late. I've said it.
It's probably literally true.
Yes, I have eaten quite a few worms, actually.
Where do you find the time?
It's easy if you know where to look.
You liked that one.
So you guys are now behind the front lines, and Mary holds up her hands, and then she looks back at you, Fran, and signs, can you, I guess I'm not really familiar with this, can you help me cast a big illusion or project a voice?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
She takes your hand, and you shape the magic that she channels to you into a voice that carries over the battlefield. Torva is dead. The conqueror is no more. And you see that the fighters sort of start to wane a bit, but they're not totally stopping yet. So Mary looks around at you guys and signs, okay, well, that's step one. Maybe we should have brought his head. The fighting nearest to you, where the Torva soldiers could see Mary, has slowed and stopped as they sort of look at her in awe as she is this glowing, ethereal figure with this golden heart, and they seem to recognize something in her. So Mary steps out from behind the front lines and starts walking through the soldiers, and as they see her and seem to hear what she said, and she pushes out this message through their minds. The conqueror is dead. Lay down your arms and survive. And she makes her way up a set of ruined staircase to the top of a second-story building that was perhaps a shop or a home, but is now a blasted out husk where the second floor is visible from the street. She climbs up there. She kind of gestures to you, Fran, like she needs you again.
Oh, yeah, I've been following.
Yeah, we're all coming with her.
Okay, you all come with, yeah. So you all arrange yourselves on this platform behind her, and Mary takes your hand, Fran, and she sends out another message again. Lay down your arms. Conqueror is dead. Stop this and survive. And then she pushes out an image, an illusion, showing the final battle that you all just fought, showing as the conqueror is blighted, his skin rotting off of his bones until he surrenders and until Mary deals the final blow. She shows Torva's power flooding into her, becoming part of her. And as she does this, the fighting all around you comes to a stop. You hear cheering and weeping and cursing and elation as the sounds of swinging swords are slowly replaced at first. And then it builds into a roar as your fighters hear the good news and take up the cheer. You have won. Torva is gone. They're all going to survive. Mary looks back at you guys and says, do you think that'll do it?
Fran nods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that'll do it, Mary.
The Torvaic soldiers are either throwing down their weapons or being restrained by your soldiers as they have just lost the will to fight now that their god is dead. And your soldiers begin taking prisoners, taking people, disarming them, tying their wrists, gathering up the last of Torva's army. And Mary turns back to you all and says, all right, what next? I think it's like you said you wanted to lie down. I think that sounds really good.
Yeah, Mary, we should. I'm sure you need to rest. Yeah, maybe we can find a good spot for that.
All right, let's head back down to where Selny was. And she puts out her hands to you guys.
I take her hand.
Yeah.
Oh, me too.
All right.
We have to fight over her
Does
hands.
she have 3 hands?
No, you guys, you form a little circle. You, again, have another gut-churning teleportation.
Oh, it was better that time.
Corbin vomits and worms come out.
Yeah, it's worms.
I see that and I vomit.
Fran hasn't eaten enough in the past 24 hours to vomit. She just goes,
So Selny sees you guys appear and vomit. And she says, so did that go well?
yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
Corbin gives a thumbs up.
Great.
Yeah. Mary did great.
We're fine.
That was a really, really good time.
It was touching, actually.
Can we take a bath?
As you ask that,
Seems a bit luxurious.
you ask that, and Selny steps forward and she sort of shoos Torio off and says, find them somewhere still clean and together.
I hear the palace is not being used.
Hey, now we're talking.
Oh boy.
You guys got a palace? It's free?
I don't want to piss people off. You know what I mean?
Who's gonna know?
Yeah.
I guess.
Falda comes bounding up and she slings an arm around Selny and says, I think that sounds like a great idea. After all, King Selny.
True, King
Yeah,
Salmi.
King
Oh my
Selny.
And
Falda, I'm so glad you're okay.
Selny's shoulders rise to meet her ears. She is so stressed out by the idea of that, but she says, all right, until I can get somebody else to take the job. Okay. Yeah, I suppose going up to the palace is going to be better than... She looks around the carnage in the battlefield. Yeah, better than this. All right. And she turns to start organizing some details with the other dwarves for them to round up survivors, bring them to the palace, start getting clean water, start figuring out food, all of the many things that need to be done to take care of these incredibly traumatized people. She also sends Torio back to his lab with some of the Estrin mages to try and work out a cure for these spores. Now that they've got people who actually know magic, they have a much better shot at figuring out how to cure these magical spores. So you guys all make your way up to the palace. Mary does not teleport you.
Thank God.
Yes, she decides, let's just go up with everybody else, It
Yeah.
feels good symbolically, and it doesn't feel good to teleport.
Not with 4 people.
Not with 4 people. No. And so you guys get a room. Actually, you get as many rooms as you like. The palace is actually in great condition. Clearly, Torva was living there. He was living it up. So
Poop in his toilet.
Pardon?
Is there poop in his toilet?
I said I'm gonna poop in his toilet.
Is there poop already in the toilet?
there is not.
Does he flush? Is the lid up?
It looks like the toilet has not been used.
Doesn't
Ooh,
use
that's the worst
toilet.
outcome. That's the worst possible outcome.
He's a god. He doesn't need to poop.
Yeah.
Corbin
Maybe he
looks.
wants to for fun.
Corbin looks at Mary now, really concerned.
And Mary signs, I don't think I need to eat, but I think if I did need to eat, then yes, I would need to poop. Does that answer the question you were not asking me?
Mary. Mary.
Well, Fran makes herself right at home. She wants her own room.
Oh.
All right, you get your own room.
Ooh, which room?
I want a room that is decorated in a celestial theme.
Yeah, there is one of those.
Corbin?
But you don't recognize it. You're looking at the celestial theme and you're like, huh, none of those look like constellations. And you realize it's not actually celestial because the dwarves don't fuck with sky.
Yeah.
It's the constellations that were
around before they went underground?
No, it's the
Oh.
constellations that they put up on their own cave ceiling.
Oh,
in
like
cold iron.
a little girl in the 90s.
Yeah, but you know,
Like a little girl in the 90s.
exactly like that. Except it was, before the city was destroyed, they had these
Yeah.
beautiful cold iron designs that were basically their constellation. So these are those constellations painted out on the ceiling.
Corbin wants Torva's room.
Sure. Probably the most that he really used this was
To fuck the snake.
to fuck the snake.
Why would you
No.
say that chronologically? That wasn't
He fucked the snake in
even. Stop
here.
talking
He
about it.
stirred that snake's worm.
No.
Stop talking about it.
All right.
Got into that snake's pit. I'm sorry, Kat, but you said he fucked the snake, and I'm not gonna forget about it.
Listen, it's all fine. It's all good.
I'm in
fucked
pain.
It does not look like he has slept in the bed here. Let's put it like that.
Thank God.
He looks like he has maybe eaten some meals here. It maybe looks like he is like done some planning work in here.
He's eating meals, you say?
So where did it go, Kat?
He's
Corbin goes back to the toilet.
You don't know if he ate the meals. It looks like their
Meals were eaten.
meals were
I'm
eaten
really
here.
glad that our podcast is being bookended by dump jokes.
Of course it is. Hey,
There's no other
it's a denouement.
Oh God. Okay.
Wait.
No.
I had a reason.
To check the toilet?
Is there a wardrobe?
Is there a wardrobe?
You're gonna
Yeah.
put on his fucking clothes?
There's a wardrobe, but it's full of the king's clothes in it. They're all dwarf sized. So you can put them on, but like you'll just have like really cool. You know what? They're probably exactly
Elaborate
right
pants.
for you. You put them on, and they're short pants and crop tops. So
Yeah, Corbin gets dressed.
I have followed Corbin into the room because I don't want to be alone, but then I see what he's doing and I'm like, I'm gonna go check on Mary.
Hey, Slake, don't you want to try on some clothes with me?
No!
Well, why not?
Mary, she's actually at Torva's desk, and she's looking through the papers there, and she looks around for Fran. Fran, are you in the room?
Sure, I can be in the room.
You're in the room? Okay.
I'm hanging out.
Mary gestures you over and signs, take a look at this.
Oh, I take a look.
On Torva's desk, there are just tons of papers, and in particular, there's one where he's drawn out the circle that he used to control the dragon. Mary shows it to you. Can you make an Arcana check?
I sure enough can. Okay, I got a 14.
14. You almost.
Shit.
You feel like if
I just gotten one more point.
if you were just like a tiny little bit smarter, you feel like you could figure this out.
Did I get any information for 14?
Yes. You know, like, basically how this works. You can definitely figure out what he's doing here. He wasn't sacrificing himself to the dragon like he did to Bruva to create the blue dragon. He's not sacrificing himself. Instead, he's tethering his soul to the dragon. And there's more to it than that. You know there's more to it than that. And you're just sitting there trying to figure it out. But this is so beyond the knowledge that you were gifted about the writing of the gods. This is complicated work. This is centuries of work.
I want to take the paper with me.
All right.
I roll it up and stick it into the bag of holding. And I say, I'm going to meditate on this. I'm going to percolate on this, Mary. It seems really weird and bad.
Mary nods and she signs. My question is, do you think we can use it?
I forget. Did we destroy the dragon? Like, did we
Not
not?
really. You didn't
We just
like
left it
destroy
there?
it. Yeah, it's
Just
dead.
like a dead puppet?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a dead puppet.
Yikes. Okay, got it.
You mean like use the dragon?
Mary nods and she signs. I've been thinking about what's next. Torva supposedly wasn't as powerful as me, but why did he need the dragon? He can travel through the void just like any god can.
I mean, we did kill him.
Well, yeah, that's true, but that was 4-on-1. I just wonder, did he need this to face the forces?
Yeah.
I guess we didn't manage to kill it, so we don't know exactly how strong it is. But, Mary, are you still... I mean, if Torva was connected to it,
Can you feel it?
Mary shakes her head and says, I can't feel it or anything like that, but if what Fran was able to glean from that is true, I think if he was able to tether his soul to it, or tether himself to the dragon, I think I could do the same.
But Mary, it's made of people.
Mary nods. Yeah.
I don't know. If you tethered yourself to that thing, I don't know what it would do to you.
I don't either. It's just something to think about. We should sleep on it, but I don't know. Let's get some rest and then we can decide what to do next.
Fran gives Slake and Corbin a look that says, like, kind of weird. That's kind of suspicious.
Yeah, I give Fran and Corbin a look back like I'm very worried.
So Mary wants to use the Soylent Green Dragon.
She's right here! Anyway, I'm going to bed. Fran leaves.
Well, I just literally recapped the conversation that we just had out loud. Why are you reacting?
You can't do that. You can't just recap people's conversations out loud in front of them, Corbin.
I wasn't fully paying attention. I just wanted to make sure I understood. The Soylent Green Dragon. Mary's gonna use it.
Stop calling it that.
That's what it is.
She's not gonna use it.
She wants to. Right, Mary?
I don't know.
She doesn't know.
I just wonder.
You don't have to tell me I'm here.
I'm recapping.
Well, I didn't ask you to.
So, do you guys go to sleep?
I want to sleep in the same area that Mary is so I can keep an eye on her.
Oh, Mary doesn't sleep.
I want to be in the area that Mary is so that if...
Sure, she hangs out with you until she knows that you're asleep. While you guys sleep, Mary goes to heal people.
That's really nice of her.
Yeah.
Take care of refugees and do what she do as a god.
Now, what Fran would do in this situation is she would try to get in contact with Kai.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Because Phelan has been taken to the void, and she also needs to know about this weird sigil.
So, do you wait for everybody to, like, you think everyone's asleep?
Yeah,
long
Fran
enough?
would kind of get ready for bed. She would bathe, change out of her nasty clothes, get comfy, ready for a slumber party with a beast who wants to eat her, as we all have done. And she takes out Kai's diary and she doesn't speak into it. She just takes out her quill and sits down at the desk and writes.
Well, you open the book.
Okay.
And when you open the book, you see there's a blackness on every page that begins to spread from the center outward. All of the words that used to be written there consumed by this inky blackness that spreads over the whole book. And then the pages begin flying out rapidly, one after another, as if they're being torn by an unseen hand and thrown around the room.
Oh, no.
And when the last page is left, there is something written there. And all it says is, "Come here." And when you look at the pages all around you, you see words materializing on them in the white places that are left after the blackness has spread. Come here. Come to me. Come to me. Come here. Come here. Come to me.
I can't come to you right now. I really just need a minute.
The shower of pages settles around you in a circle, creating a ring of blackness around you, which draws you towards it.
I try to back up.
When you step over, make me a dexterity check.
That's a 13.
13. That's fine. You feel like your foot skims the top of one of the pages and you feel it start to give way under you, and you manage to get over the circle and onto safe ground.
I really just need to know if Phelan's okay. I will come there soon. Just wait.
As you look down at these pages, the ink swirls in one. You see Phelan rolling to a stop. He rolls against something that you can see as a huge black paw. And the creature lifts its paw and it wraps around Phelan and pulls him towards itself.
Hey, Corbin, what are you doing right now?
Corbin has taken a bath in a tub that is far too small for him and is dissatisfied with that. And then he goes and he tucks himself into the blankets and he gets ready to go to sleep. And he doesn't do that. He's just laying there awake.
Okay, can you make me a perception check?
Ooh, that's a 19 without even adding anything to it.
Okay, yeah. You hear Fran saying words. You hear Fran talking to someone or talking to herself. She sounds real distressed.
Okay, Corbin flips out of bed and he is wearing really short, bejeweled dwarven
So uncomfortable
pants.
for sleep. So uncomfortable
Really
for
uncomfortable for sleep. He really liked.
No wonder he wasn't able to sleep.
He was just feeling happy to wear them. And a little bejeweled crop top as well. And then like you can hear the jewels rattling as he like
Which
runs.
bedroom are you in, Corbin?
I'm in Torva's bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, the king.
And I'm
The
just
king's
like
old
one
bedroom.
down.
And
Okay.
Where did me and Mary end up?
Well, Mary, like I said, Mary, I guess she just like hung out with you until you fell asleep, but you're in the royal chambers area. So Corbin was in the king's bedroom.
Okay, so I'm
Yeah, you're
I'll
in
just
one of
be
the other
sleeping.
royal bedrooms. We'll say Fran is in one of the consort bedrooms. It's like you're in one of the other consort bedrooms. This one is themed like a amber rose.
Cool. I'm sleeping.
Sleeping.
Corbin runs down the hall with his little shimmery jewels. And he doesn't knock because he heard that Fran sounded upset. So he's assuming that somebody's, maybe attempting an assassination of some sort. So he barges in. He just barges in.
Fran screams and closes the book, or tries to.
The book is everywhere. There's just pages everywhere.
Close your eyes!
Fran!
Close your eyes, Corbin!
What's happening? What's happening? Are you okay?
Nothing's happening!
What's going on?
I'm okay!
I heard you sounded really upset. What's this shit all over the floor?
Don't step in here! It's not safe!
I'm in here. Why? What happened?
By this time, Slake, you are
Yeah.
absolutely awoken. By,
Yeah,
by all this
I
screaming.
also barge in, hearing my friends screaming.
Hey, as you barge in behind Corbin, I want you both to make dexterity checks.
Oh
Okay,
boy.
here we go, brothers.
This could go so bad.
This could go really bad.
I didn't consider this possibility, but it's fun.
It is fun.
This is you're looking for a DC 10 or higher.
Oh.
Fran has murdered her friends!
Oh, I'm loving this. I'm so glad.
That's a 7.
Oh no.
Oh, I got a really cool 5.
Oh no, Fran. So Corbin is screaming at you and you're screaming at Corbin, and then Slate comes barging in and barges into Corbin, and both of them step forward, and Corbin, your foot just goes into the void and you fall down, and Slake, you fall down on top of Corbin. And Slake, make me one more dexterity saving throw.
Good luck, buddy.
No. This was supposed to be a throwaway. This was supposed to be a fun throwaway. Oh, this is good. This is great. This is why I love D&D.
So we both die.
You don't die.
No.
It was a 1, just for the listeners at home.
Like you try to push yourself up and you just push me into the fucking
Yeah,
void.
no, it's like you are not able to catch yourself, and you just can't figure out. You don't know what's happening. You
Yeah,
are
I
not.
just woke up.
You just woke up. You just ran in here, and you just sort of Looney Tunes went through the floor.
Cool.
You and Corbin have now both fallen into the void.
Good.
Fran, in your pajamas
In my bedazzled pajama.
without any equipment.
Oh.
Hello. Welcome to this mid-roll. I'm here. My name is Juniper. I'm here to give you the mid-roll. Patreon. To say thank you to people who do things for us. First, the new patrons come into our lives and they bless us with their fruits, which is another term people use to save money. And they bless us with their money that we can use to purchase goods and services. Thanks. Let me find your names. Let me thank you. You're on one of these tabs. Ooh, where are you at? I'm going to find you. I'm going to find you, new patrons. There you are. Thank you so much. Audrey Rutledge or Routledge. I don't know how to say it. I'm sorry, but thank you. Haley W. Thank you for joining our wonderful Patreon. You won't regret it. Floral Fawn. Thank you. Colson Corpac. You have an incredibly pleasant name to say. Thanks for joining our Patreon, and thanks for having that name. Brooklyn Juleson. Thank you. And Pyro Hydrocene Sense. Thanks. Moving on. There's another way that you can support us. Legend Lark on Apple Podcasts. And can you leave reviews on Spotify? I don't know. They're upping their podcast game. So, like, that might be coming down the pipeline. That might be something to consider. But for now, you can support us by leaving reviews on Apple Podcasts. Thank you so much for everybody who's reviewed, such as famous names like Saber Cookie and Bag of ... I don't know if they cut off your name or if that's like what your name that you left was. That's all I can see. I tried to be like, show me more, show me this person's name. And it just wasn't an available option to me. So if you did just write bag of ... you got me good. You got me really good. And thank you to Blue Sky Bracket Queer Nerd Bracket. Thank you. I like your review because it just says cat is evil. Anyways, if you want to support Legend Lark and what we do in our podcast and other stuff, us as individuals, our deep addiction to fried chicken, which actually, you know what, this is on a personal note. We actually haven't gotten fried chicken for like a long time. It's been a minute because mostly now we're like all in our 30s. And so like we get together and after we're done recording, we're like, oh, I need a vegetable. Oh God. And it's different. You know, it's different now. I don't know who I am when I look in the mirror anymore. But anyways, thanks for leaving a review for us on Apple Podcasts.com, podcasts.apple.com/US podcast/Legend Lark. Thank you. I have a very special thank you to issue. And it's to a special someone named Skates Mumbles, who sent us literally insane crochet creations, magic objects in the mail. They sent us, oh my God, like what all did they even send? They sent us this hat for Noelle that's like a Fran hat. I've never seen anything so insane in my life. It looks so cool. It looks like a brain, like a coral brain. It's so cool. Thank you, Skates Mumbles. And they made something for each of us. Like one of them was an amazing like Corbin purse bag thing. And like the bag is in the, it's like a crow with a boob window. And like the bag part is like in his mouth. So you have to like stick your hand in his mouth to put something inside of it. I love it. And then they also made wonderful, beautiful bags for Kat and Errol, neither of which have mouths. Sucks to suck, you guys. But still very thoughtful. And they're both very cute. So thank you so much, Skate Mumbles. We really appreciate it. We were screaming. I haven't actually seen mine in person. It was revealed to me on the intro that we recorded for this episode, actually. But by the time you hear this episode, I will have had my hands on that crochet knitted Corbin bird mouth. And I will put something inside of it. I don't know what, but something will be in there. Thank you so much, Skates and Mumbles. I'm still in shock. We are obsessed with all of these, and we can't express how insane it is to us that people make things and send them to us. Like, literally make things. You made this. Like, you made this. This is crazy. Anyways, thank you. If anybody else wants to send us things, we love that. We love to get things. And you can send us whatever you can legally send in the mail to our P.O. Box, which is on our website, legendlark.com/contact. So thank you for that. Thanks for that. Something else that I have to do. I have to send a message to Chantel. Chantel has to hear this message. Chantel, it's been a while since I've seen you, and we should really hang out, and I miss you. And you don't listen to the podcast, so you'll never hear this anyways, but I cherish you and all the time that we spend together. I'm going to send you a text message later and see if we can hang out. But the code word. Wait, let me find it. It's in my files here somewhere. Let me just... Fuck. Hold on. Oh, shit. Fuck. Oh, if I lose the code word again, I'm never gonna live it down, dude. They're gonna get my ass. They're gonna eat my ass. Bro, they're gonna fucking eat my ass. The code word is moist drippings. The sleeper agent is active. Go.
The book is like the spine, the cover and the spine of the book are just empty of pages now. The pages are all over the room. So they just fell into some of the pages.
So like just a random place.
Yeah, you fell
In the
into
void.
the void.
Does Fran know what page they fell into?
They're all black now.
Don't they all lead to just the same?
Fran closes her eyes and prays to Mary.
Mary comes running up the stairs, hearing your panicked prayers, and she says, "What, Fran? What's going? What?"
I really fucked up. Oh my God, Mary.
Mary looks around and goes,
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
What is all of
I don't know. Corbin's like, I think just went into the void.
But we weren't ready to go into the void.
I know that, Mary.
Okay, can we?
They were in their pajamas.
Okay, and Mary looks out and you hear a bellowing voice ring through the halls for servants who come just rushing up. They're in a panic. And she signs to them, "Get my companions' equipment from their rooms now." And they come back as Mary is sort of like shuffling these pages around, trying to figure out like what's going on.
And Fran is grabbing her own equipment and starting to climb into a page.
And Mary's saying, just hold on.
I don't think we have time for that, Mary.
Servants come in with Slake's and Corbin's equipment and the box from Torio. And Mary like sort of awkwardly grabs some of it and she hands some of it to you, Fran.
Okay, Fran opens up the bag of holding and accepts it as she's sinking down into the page.
Okay. Corbin, the world shifts very suddenly from color and light and sound, and you're screaming at Fran, and Fran is screaming at you, and then you feel a push from behind you. And then the world goes black, and you are falling through this syrupy darkness. And the fall feels slow and languorous, but there's nothing around you. And Slake, your experience is very similar. Only you were holding Corbin as you plowed into him, and now you're not. Fran, you take the equipment from Mary and you plunge in as well, and you are alone. And each of you, alone, begins to hear a voice, distant and murmuring at first, and then familiar. I've been looking in the mirror for days now. I've finally torn myself away. I do not see myself anymore. Now I am 10 times removed from my own body, my first body. I do not see me when I look in the mirror. I don't even remember when I stopped seeing myself. It happened so gradually over so many generations. I wonder if I should have done something differently, if I should have tried to preserve some part of myself. My eyes were narrower, I think. My lips were fuller. I don't even have any paintings of what I used to look like. I don't know if I like how I look now. He says I'm as beautiful as ever, but I have to laugh at that. Does he even remember? Does anyone? Corbin, you see a page floating down next to you. And you look at it and you see the words that you have been hearing written out there. And then another page falls and you hear, I've asked my acolytes in attendance to begin wearing veils, the temple guards to wear masks. I don't even remember what justification I gave. They listened so readily. In truth, I cannot bear to see their faces anymore. I cannot bear to love another one of them when I know that they, like everyone else, will die. It is easier if they are all faceless. Perhaps this makes me a coward. Another page floats down. I looked in the mirror for the first time in so long. I cannot believe how old I have gotten already. I would not be old if I was just human, but I feel age so acutely now. I've not been keeping track. It feels wrong to celebrate a birthday. I don't even know what birthday I would celebrate. I'll need to start on a new vessel, but I don't want to. I still think of the child's voice I hear in my mind, but I cannot let Estra fall. What a curse this godhood is. I never thought I would wish to die, but I'm so tired. I just want it to end, to rest. I was not made for this. And another page falls. What a wonder a new body will do. I still wake to hear cries in the night, but I will push on. I know that they will fade. I'm glad to hold a pen again. I was told I was a very fussy baby, which I think might be quite funny. I don't think of a god as fussy. I should write more. I know I should. I look back at the entries in this journal and I cannot believe how much time has passed. I say days pass more quickly as you age, and I am older now than any human ever ought to have been. I will try to write more often. I must keep track of the time. It's like the pages are falling around you and you try to catch them. You try to reach out. You see the words as you hear them. Cernunnos finally passed. He held on so long. Rest now, my friend. May you run forever on the Green Mountain. And Fran, as you plunge in, the words haunt you. My attendants have suggested we celebrate those that we have lost with a festival. I do not feel like celebrating. But the last beast god is gone. The island needs something to boost morale. There are only a few left who truly remember the world below. So perhaps it is time. Something to remind our citizens why we're here. Why we had to leave the world below behind. We'll call it the Festival of Light. Release lanterns into the sky to represent all of the lives that were lost. I'll need to engineer the lanterns myself. Make sure they pass through the barrier. I wonder how it will look from the world below. I hope any who still survive see the lights and feel some hope. Corbin, your feet touch down first, and you think of the lights in the sky that were released every year, and every year the hope they brought, and every year until the last year. As your feet touch down on that river of lights, that river of stars. When you look behind you, you see Slake as they touch down, and you see Fran drifting down from above you, and Mary close at her heels. Fran, from your position above, you can see how the river is made up of so many little streams, which twist and diverge and join again. They are moving, you realize. They are flowing from somewhere to somewhere. And then all three of you feel suddenly, acutely, that you have no oxygen.
Oh,
you have
shit.
no air.
I put my water bubble hair around my head like I did last time I was here, but I call up to Mary. Mary, they can't breathe. We need to go to your realm.
Mary nods and sort of swan dives through the syrupy blackness until she catches you, Fran, and the two of you meet Corbin and Slake on what passes for the ground. There's not really an up or down here, except for how you're oriented. When she touches down, she grabs Slake and Corbin and pulls you both into a tight hug, and you feel a sudden rush of dizziness. And then you are able to breathe again.
What the fuck? Where are we?
Fran!
Fran shrinks away as she says, "We're in the void."
What happened?
I know that.
Fran, you've been to Mary's realm before, and it looked like her bedroom in Estra. And when you look around, you realize you aren't in Mary's realm. She's managed to create a little bubble, and the ground beneath your feet is the solid white marble of her room, but it extends no further than the area that you four are standing in.
Mary, what's going on?
Mary shakes her head and signs, "There's something else here. Something that's keeping the void from moving to where I want to be."
How did we end up in the void?
That's a great question, Fran.
Yeah, Fran, it's a good question.
I look at Corbin and then I look at Fran.
Well, I was reading Kai's diary, and she pulled you in.
Why? Why were you reading Kai's diary? Fran?
Because it would be stupid not to. She's one of the most powerful resources that we have.
That makes sense.
Sure, why read it alone at night when everybody else had gone to bed, Fran?
Because none of you will do what we need to do.
I'm sorry, what? What the fuck? What's happening?
What conversation did we have that I wasn't a part of, Fran?
You were a part of the conversation where you all said that you didn't want to do anything about the gods being gods when all this was over.
I don't think that's what we said. I think we said we didn't want to nuke the world.
Well, I don't want to nuke the world either. We don't even know that that's what will happen.
Wait, I'm sorry.
That's not a good reason to do something, Fran.
I need to catch up here. So you are reading Kai's diary, and it sucked us into the. Why did Kai's diary suck us into the void?
Because she wants us to kill her.
Why?
Mary looks down at her glowing heart and then signs, "She wants us to kill her so that I can take her power, right? So I can do what she wanted out of all of this."
I guess, yeah.
I'm getting real tired of doing stuff and thinking that I'm doing it because I want to do it and then finding out that some god actually wanted me to do it all along.
Well, maybe you should think before you do things then, Corbin.
That was mean.
Fran kind of flinches back when Corbin says that, and she said, "Well, maybe I'm mean. I'm the mean one."
No, you're not.
Wow, say that like you mean it. Look,
You're the one who uses anger to hide how they're feeling.
Well, how I'm feeling is angry, Corbin.
At me?
No, just at Kai. I don't know.
Why are you doing what she wants?
Because it's what I want.
You want to kill the forces?
I want Mary to not have to live like this for the next million years. I want Phelan to not go insane.
But we don't even know what killing the forces would do.
Well, we know what not killing the forces will do.
Okay, but why the fuck wouldn't you just talk to us?
Well said, Slake.
Because you're never willing to do anything that it takes.
You're too willing to do what you think it takes.
I'm sorry, what the fuck? Like,
why does it have to be one option or the other?
have I not been fucking choking on god blood for the last... I don't even know how long we've been doing this anymore.
When did it not seem like I was willing to do things? Fran just like folds her arms and looks away.
I'm sorry, I'm just really confused. Like, why are you mad at us when we're in the fucking void right now? Because you opened Guy's diary. I don't... Maybe you can explain it to me.
Fran like wipes her tears and she says, "This is why I didn't want to explain it to you. You don't ever understand what I'm trying to do."
You didn't want to explain it to us because you knew what you were doing was wrong, and you didn't want us to try to tell you it was wrong, which it is. It's wrong.
That's just like your opinion.
So you trust Mary's mom more than you trust us?
I don't trust Kai.
Okay, but you're fucking collaborating with her in secret, which implies something.
At least I'm doing something.
And Slake just, like, they're speechless. And they say,
Oh, at least you're doing something. Oh, like you're doing something when I keep getting fucking caught in the friendly fire of your spells? Like you're doing something because you're so much smarter than the rest of us? And you've got it all figured out? You know, Corbin, I get. You know, if he wants to fucking throw an explosive at me, I know that he doesn't know what he's fucking doing. But you, friend, since you're so smart, shouldn't you know better?
I want to say really bad that I know what I'm doing when I throw an explosive at you. But I also realize the implication of that's not good. Like, I'm sorry.
Whatever, it's fine. I'm really glad that Fran can go and figure everything out with her boyfriend and not us.
My boyfriend is like getting eaten by the void right now.
Well, maybe we could have helped you that if you talked to us about it.
Fran, we're getting fucking eaten by the void right now because you didn't tell us anything. And then we went into your room because we thought you were under attack and we stepped in a fucking journal that you said you weren't going to look at anymore. And then we fell into the void and now you're telling us that you've been doing all this shit behind our backs? Like, what? Who are you?
Guys, Mary touches your arm, Corbin, to sort of draw all of your attention and signs. Guys, what's that? And she points in a direction that I guess is best described as downstream. There's something standing there, a black point among the river of stars. And it's hard to make out at first until you realize it looks like a deer.
Oh my god.
I'm not done. Do you think I'm fucking stupid?
Mary puts a hand on your wrist, Slate, and points at the deer. And signs, Slate, that's her burger jerker.
Oh, great. So there's like another fucking mother figure that you're talking to instead of us?
He is not a mother figure. I don't even know why he's here.
Bay stands there blinking his big, wet ink drop eyes, and then his voice floats towards you. Hello, Frenika. The little deer that was your most constant companion for much of your childhood stands there, changed. His voice echoes all around this soundless space, and maybe it's not even him. Maybe it's something dredged up out of the void to look like him. The deer that waits for you is made of oil spill blackness. its form rippling like it's not quite solid. Bay stares at you balefully and twitches his ears.
Fran was already crying. So is Bay like outside of the area where we are?
Yeah.
Then Fran steps out too.
And as you do, Bay walks to meet you. The ground feels a bit more solid where he's stepped, like he's making a path for you. And when you lift the mask of your water hair, you can breathe in this slightly brighter space that Bay has made.
What are you doing here?
The island fell. I died.
Yeah.
My goddess called me to her side,
Oh.
and now she asks that I take you to her.
Okay. Sorry, what? Where are you going?
You're just gonna leave?
You want me to stay? I mean, I don't want you to go hang out with Kai.
We're having a conversation, are we not?
Doesn't feel like a conversation.
Well, it could have been a conversation before it had to be this.
Mary looks back at the two of you and signs, "What else can we do? I could maybe bring us out of here, but I don't know where we'd be in the real world. I don't know how the architecture of this place matches up to where we were. If we'd even be... I don't know. Fran, I'm sorry you didn't feel like you could talk to us about this.
Mary, don't apologize.
Yeah, I'm not feeling quite that charitable yet, Mary.
That's okay. But we need to move forward, right?" She looks at Bay and blinks rapidly and says, "I'm sorry you died, Bay." And she looks at you, Fran. I'm sorry we couldn't save him. And the truth is, I don't know. It's a question we need to solve, but we need to solve it together, right? Fran, you were wrong. You're my friend, and I love you, and that's why I'm telling you this. That's not what I want. I don't want to give up my godhood at the price of everyone else, or whatever might happen. It's too uncertain.
That's not fair.
You're right. You're so right. It's not fair. I didn't ask for this. But I don't regret it. I don't regret any minute of it. Because if I hadn't been born as a goddess, I hadn't been born where I was, when I was, I would never have gotten to know all of you. And if our island hadn't fallen from the sky, and gods, I will never be grateful for that, but if it hadn't, then I never would have met you, Slake. And we never would have gotten to travel together. And we never would have saved the world from Torva.
Slake is crying too, and they say, "But we don't know what killing the forces is gonna do. It might kill you too, Mary."
It might, and I don't think that's what we should do, but I also don't think we can leave things as they are. And Fran, you weren't wrong about that. We are all scared. You're scared, I'm scared. Corbin and Slake are pretty freaked out right now, and that's okay. That's understandable, considering.
I mean, I'd be less scared if people would stop gambling with my life.
Yeah. I can't apologize for that, Slake, because I've never done that to you, but...
I know, Mary.
Damn. Corbin goes over to Slake and, gives them a hug.
Slake is stiff at first, but then they let you and they hug you back.
He says, "I promise I'm going to try to learn some more spells that aren't exclusively area of effect spells."
Thanks, Corbin, I say. But I haven't been able to look at Fran.
Fran hasn't been able to look at you guys either.
Mm-hmm. But Mary says, "Fran wasn't wrong. We need to solve this. And I don't think we can solve it standing here talking. I don't think we know enough. And I don't think there's anything back in the world that could give us that answer."
Mary, if you want to kill Kai, and you want to take on her power, and you feel that's the right choice to make, then I'm behind you on that. But I'm only willing to follow you when you're gambling with your own life. I'm not gonna kill something that could affect the lives of every single person that we've ever known.
Mary nods. Okay.
Okay.
And she looks at you, Fran, and she says, I don't know what to do next, but I think confronting Kai is the next step. So she looks at Bay. If that's where you're going to take us, then lead on.
All right, Mary.
And you guys follow Bay.
Fran walks next to Bay with her hand up on the back of his neck like she used to do.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like Bay. Not like you remember. It feels like an echo of that. A memory of warmth and safety. But it's not real. And as Bay leads you ahead, you walk for some time. You're not sure how far. You don't know how long. Again, time doesn't mean anything here. Time is something that is. Direction is something that is. And this is the realm of what is not. Eventually, there's a break in the silvery ribbon of stars that you have been following thus far. Then, 2 golden eyes blink open, and as you draw near, you see the monster that you are approaching. A monster that you, Fran, are all too familiar with. A monster that you, Corbin, have only seen in your nightmares. Kai sits in the middle of the river, waiting. She bares her fangs as you approach, and a panoply of women's voices all speak at once. So he is dead. Well done. When you blink, you see a woman standing in the monster's place. She's hard to look at as every time you blink, she's a different woman. Each one dressed the same, in the gauzy white robes that Mary wore on Estra. She is tall and then she is short. She is old and then she is young. She is every woman she has ever been, and she is always Kai. My daughter, she says, reaching a hand out towards Mary, who takes a step back. And she looks a little sad. I always wanted to meet one of you. Before, well. Anyway. I'm glad to see you've done so well. And then she turns her gaze to you, Fran. There's only one thing you all have left to do. Are you prepared to do it?
Fran pulls out her gun and points it at Kai and pulls the trigger.
What the fuck?
And the bullet rips through the woman standing in front of you. And she smiles. And then from the hole that you put in her chest, blackness begins to bubble and spill. Then one taloned paw rips out from the hole, and then another. Feathers burst and spill, almost as if she is turning inside out. The monster rips from this body and towers over you. It is all bristling black feathers, wicked sharp fangs, and a piercing crown of antlers. The monster lets out an agonized scream, and you see the river stars beneath it surge and ripple. Then, the monster lunges towards you. Roll for initiative.
Is this not how you planned for this
No,
to happen?
not at all. But I love it. I love it so much.
I also like
This is
it.
a much cooler thing. So, okay.
I can't believe you, Nat, failed.